Hello everyone, welcome back on our YouTube channel Wains Vlog. As you know, we have started a video series for the preparation of theory of German driving license, and up till now we have covered 9 topics. Today we are going to start topic number 10, which contains actually in total 58 questions. It is about the stationary traffic, this Ruhender Verkehr, about stationary traffic, where to stop, where to start, and in this these kind of videos, in these kind of questions, you will also see like how much distance you should maintain from particular traffic signs or in traffic situations. So I think in this topic you will definitely need some pages to note down so that you can remember it in long term for your theory exam as well. Will be some distances in meters or some speeds or something like this will be mentioned that you need to remember. Anyhow, we will try to make a different bonus video which will cover all the speeds on different roads, all the distances you need to maintain from different traffic signs. But anyhow, you can also do it by your own if you want to remember all those issues. So let's start. As I told you, in total we have here 58 questions. So we will make around 2 videos, 30 question for the first video and 28 question for the second video. So let's start. The first question for today: where is stopping prohibited? So just to clarify, what exactly does it mean by stopping? Stopping mean intentionally, like if you are stopping, like if you are just stopping your car intentionally to do some shopping, or like you are stopping to pick somebody up or drop somebody down, like it is called stopping. If for example your like there are 2 or 3 different terms. Let's say if your car is broken down, you have some problems, it's not stopping. Like there you are facing some problem. If your car is parked, it is also a different scenario. But stopping is always intentionally, like you know that, and you have stopped your car intentionally. So it is a term which you need to keep in mind. What does it exactly mean by stopping when you are stopping your car intentionally? So they are asking, where is stopping prohibited, where you cannot stop by your own intention. So immediately behind the pedestrian crossings, actually there is very tricky thing I will try to explain here. As per theory of German driving license, unfortunately you have to remember this term. I will try to explain it to you here on the zebra crossing. I think normally in English we will have some like what we say in daily conversation is a different thing, but here you have to like follow this trend. So whenever you are like before this zebra crossing, this area is called either in front of zebra crossing or before zebra crossing. That's fine for us, we know. In all the questions we will, if before zebra crossing or in front of zebra crossing, we know this is this distance, this point. But after zebra crossing, ideally in English we should use the term after zebra crossing, but here in theory of German driving license they are using a word which is called behind. Just remember this term. Behind the zebra crossing means after the zebra crossing. So what exactly it is, that means over here behind will be equal to after. Just remember this term, after zebra crossing or behind zebra crossing. And when you before that, so it is called before zebra crossing or in front of. I think you will remember these terms. So I want to explain you one thing because we will face some questions over here. Before zebra crossing or in front of zebra crossing, you can never stop here or even at a distance of 5 meter. You are not allowed before, or let's say we also call it front of zebra crossing. You are not allowed to stop here intentionally, let's say, or you are not allowed to park here, let's say 5 meter or before that. Like till from starting from here until 5 meter, you cannot stop, you cannot park. But just behind, or because of this word being used in the theory of driving license, or after zebra crossing, there is no such restriction. You can immediately park here, you can immediately after zebra crossing stop here, it's not a problem. But before zebra crossing or in front of zebra crossing and 5 meter on the zebra crossing, for sure you cannot park, you cannot stop. And before or let's say in front of zebra crossing till 5 meter, you cannot stop and park. And what about the after or behind? You can do it, it's not a problem. So, and even you can read it here as well. They are saying it that if you can see it, just wait a moment. So they are saying it like bis zu 5 Meter vor Verboten, it is not allowed till 5 meter, uh, like you can say before the zebra crossing or in front of. So where is stopping prohibited? Immediately behind pedestrian crossing? No, as I told you, immediately behind, as I told you, this term you need to remember. Behind pedestrian crossing means after the zebra crossing. Here it is not no restriction. Like you can stop here, you can park here, but immediately like before the zebra crossing, or you can say front of zebra crossing, you cannot stop or park. This red car is wrongly stopped or wrongly parked. If you have to stop because of the pedestrians, that is fine, but if you are stopping it intentionally, then you are not allowed till 5 meter. So immediately behind pedestrian crossing, no, there is stopping is not prohibited on narrow sections of the road at blind spot. For example, the road is very narrow and at blind spot some car is taking turn and cannot see you and hit you, and there you were stopped, and like the car couldn't see you and hit you. So those areas of the section of the road which are narrow and at blind spot, there you should not stop. And even on the level crossing, we know on the level crossings cars are coming from right, from left, oncoming traffic, so everywhere traffic is there on the level crossing. I hope you understand this term level crossing. I will quickly explain you here. So what is actually a level crossing? Like this, for example, so cars are coming from here, oncoming traffic, so different, it is called level crossing. You cannot stop on level crossing, otherwise you will obstruct or you will create problem for the flow of traffic. Let's move to the next question. Where is parking prohibited? Where actually you cannot park? There are some very important terms. I will also try to explain you here before we do this solve this question together. Inside build-up areas, like for example, we are inside build-up areas and there is a priority road. Over there we can stop on the priority road, we can park on the priority road. Maybe you have already seen in your residential areas, you are on the main road, for example you live here, you can park here in front of your house. It's not a problem if there is no traffic sign is indicated that you cannot park. But what I mean to say, inside build-up areas you can park your car on the priority road, but outside build-up areas you cannot park your car on priority road. You cannot park your car. You can either park on the hard shoulder. Then what is hard shoulder? If you need, if it is allowed, this is hard shoulder, which is normally used for slow moving vehicles. Either you can park here or a designated park plots. There is a parking area which is on the motorways or on some fast moving roads. There is some special parking areas, there you can park. But this car, for example this blue car, is wrongly parked here. You can never park on a priority road outside build-up area. But if you are inside build-up area, if you see this is the build-up area, you can park on the priority road. It's not a problem. You see, lot of cars are parked on the roadway. It's not a problem inside build-up area. But outside build-up area, you are never allowed. You should use these kind of park plots if you want, but you should not park on the priority road outside build-up area. So where is parking prohibited? On priority roads within build-up areas? No. On priority roads within build-up areas, like where your houses are actually, there you can park. It's not a problem. On priority road outside build-up areas, you cannot park on the roadways. You cannot park on the roads outside build-up areas. You can either park in the parking area or some hard shoulder if you want. At the edge of the roadway, if this would prevent others from using designated parking area. Let's say, yeah, you have parked your car wrongly and you are like stopping somebody to park in parking area. Like we can take an example. Let's say here, let's say this was a parking area and you park your car directly on the entrance of parking area, that nobody can enter that parking area. So you are also not allowed to park at the edge of the roadway if you would prevent somebody to use designated parking area. Otherwise you can park. Next question, where is stopping prohibited? Where you cannot stop? So at taxi ranks, yeah, taxi ranks are stopping, as I told you, intentionally. You are intentionally stopping to let somebody in your car, or like you are for some quick shopping. So stopping is that term. You cannot stop at taxi ranks because taxis stands are dedicated for taxis only. Maybe you can stop at the bus stop. If no bus is there, you can stop for 2 to 3 minutes. You can let somebody in or out. But at taxi ranks, like they have very much time pressure, the taxi drivers. Like somebody come in, some passenger come and come out, and they have very very less time to react. So at taxi stands, you are not allowed to stop. between lane dividers when direction arrows are marked on the roadway. Like for example, line dividers are there and there are some marks on the roadway. Let's say the marking is telling you can go to, like, let's say you can take turn left from here, you can go to right, normally like this kind of marked markings on the roadway, and you stop here, or you like you put your car directly above this, stop your car directly above this traffic sign or this arrow sign, then it is not allowed to stop over there as well between the lane dividers when direction arrows are marked on the roadway. On the roadway, if there is a sufficiently wide hard shoulder on the right, like if you have this wide hard shoulder, I will again explain you this term. If you have like here, for example, we can take an example, but better I will explain you somewhere where I can explain you. I think we have seen a picture a few minutes back. There we could see this hard shoulder. Actually, I will quickly search for it. Here, for example, if you have sufficient this space for hard shoulder, there you can stop. So when you need to stop, like for example, like let's say for some reason, and you see there is hard shoulder, you should stop at the hard shoulder, you should not stop on the roadway. So where is stopping prohibited? On the roadway if there is a sufficiently wide hard shoulder on the right. It is very natural, like if there is some space on the right side of the roadway, or where you want to like or either on the left, you can stop over there if you want on the hard shoulder, but not on the roadway. Where is stopping prohibited? Again, where you cannot stop: on pedestrian crossing and up to 5 meters. This we already know, you cannot stop exactly on the pedestrian crossing and before. After that you can, or behind that if you see, but before or exactly at zebra crossing you are not allowed to stop. Immediately behind pedestrian crossings, actually sorry, I think I have to take this. Yeah, this option is correct. You cannot stop directly on a zebra crossing and up to 5 meters. Immediately behind pedestrian crossing, no, there you can stop. As I told you, there is a term behind. That means where is our zebra crossing? Here. So behind means this. Here you can stop immediately, or you can park immediately behind the zebra crossing. No distance of 5 meters is necessary. Over main holes and other road covers, you can also stop on the main holes and other road covers until or unless you are not your car is not on the road markings, arrows indicating the direction. That's fine. No stopping is prohibited on the main holes and the road covers, or even immediately on the behind the pedestrian crossing. That's pretty fine. But on pedestrian crossing and up to 5 meters, we have already seen that you are not allowed to stop. Let's go to the next question. Where is parking prohibited? Where you cannot park? Immediately behind pedestrian crossing we can. As I told you, immediately behind the pedestrian crossing, like it is, as I will again explain you so that you keep in your mind. It's very important for exam. This area immediately behind means immediately after the pedestrian crossing you can park, no problem. Before sunken capstone, yeah, like if you park your car, you know this sunken capstone, let's say this, and normally some cars come from sunken capstone and merge or enter on the main road. So it is their space. If you park your car on the sunken capstone where it is not allowed, and so that you will block the way of the car which is entering on the main roadway. So before sunken capstone or in front of sunken capstone you cannot park. Similarly at the edge of the roadway, if this would prevent other from using designated parking areas. This option we've already seen, that if there is an entrance of parking area and you park your car over at the edge of that roadway, somebody cannot enter the parking area. Over there as well you cannot park. Where are you allowed to park? On the left in travel of direction. So normally where you are allowed to normally whenever we have a two-way street, we can only park on the right hand side. But when there is a when we have a single two-way street, yeah, we can only park on the right hand side. But if we have a one-way street, we know there will be no oncoming traffic. In that condition we can park on the right side of the roadway. I will try to give you an example. And similarly on the left side of the roadway, it's not a problem. Like let's say there it's a one-way street, you can park on the right hand side as well, you can park on the left hand side as well, no problem. But when it's a two-way road, like cars will also come from the opposite direction, over there you can only park on the right hand side. So in this question they are asking, where are you allowed to park on the left in travel on direction? So in one-way street, as I told you, in one-way street you can park on the left of travel direction, no problem. But where you cannot park on the left in travel direction, where parking is prohibited on the right, it never means that if parking is not allowed on the right, so you can park on the left. Maybe the parking on the left is also not allowed. The road is of that condition that there is no parking area on that road, neither on right, neither on left. So it never means that if you are not allowed to park on right, you will park on the left. No, just confirm from the traffic sign. Maybe there you are not allowed to even park on the left. So in one-way street we are allowed to park on the left plus park on the right for sure, but park on the left is only allowed in one-way street and where there are rails on the right hand side. Like if you have rail lines on the right hand side, for sure you cannot park over there, otherwise you will block the way of rails or tram. But then you can park on the left hand side, but confirm it again from the traffic sign as well. So these two options are correct. Let's move to the next question. Who is parked? Like what does it exactly mean by parking? Like who is parked? Anyone who stops for more than 3 minutes? Yes. Like as you have seen, I think in a few topics back we have discussed, there was a traffic sign with a red cross inside the blue circle. You on that sign you can stop for 3 minutes to pick somebody or for loading and unloading. But if more than 3 minutes you are if you stop more than 3 minutes at some area, that means you are parked. 3 minutes is the standard time in Germany or in Europe or in some other driving countries, which allows you that you are loading or unloading, or you are like letting some passenger in, or some passenger is going out. These are actually 3 minute, you can say, standard. But anyone who stops for more than 3 minutes, you think he is definitely parked. Anyone who waits longer than 3 minutes at a closed level crossing barrier, no, it's a different scenario. If there are, like, let's say 5 to 6 rails are going at the same time, like with a difference of 1 minute, let's say, so there you have to wait for more than 3 minutes for sure. So that is clear. If the level crossing is already lowered, that means the car is waiting that the train is, all the trains are over or gone, and then he or she can carry on his or her journey. So it never means that if you are waiting in front of level crossing because of the trains, that means you are parked, even if it is more than 3 minutes, because it's a common sense. You see, you are waiting for the trains when they have left the platform. So it is not a correct option. Anyone who leaves his vehicle is parked. Simply, like if you leave your vehicle, you shut off your engine, you close your door, so that means you are parked. So who is parked? Stopping for more than 3 minutes, and anyone who leaves the vehicle is considered to be as parked. What is the minimum distance you must leave clear when stopping or parking in front of pedestrian crossing? We know that in front of pedestrian crossing, you are not allowed to park directly on the pedestrian crossing or even in front of pedestrian crossing until 5 meter. This we have discussed in detail few minutes back. So this distance we know, 5 meter. I will again recommend you to make a diary or at least note these important distances so that you can like revise them before your exam. Anyhow, we will make a bonus video. Let's move to the next question. What is the minimum distance you must leave clear when parking outside a build-up area before a St. Andreas cross? I think we already discussed the St. Andreas cross sign. Maybe if I can show you here again so that it could be a kind of like a revision as well. This St. Andreas cross before the railway junction or railway lines. So actually inside build-up normally inside build-up areas, let's say, or outside build-up areas, there are different scenarios. Inside build-up areas, the distance could be of 5 meter. In front of St. Andreas cross, you can wait. But outside build-up areas, as you know, the speed is greater. Just think about this logic. The distance should be greater. The spacing, it's 50 meter. You have to remember it. What is the minimum distance you must leave clear when parking outside a build-up area before St. Andreas cross? Outside build-up area, remember, it's always 50 meter. You have to remember it. Inside build-up area, it's 5 meter. But like there is no other way. Just remember it. Like revise it again and again. Note it down somewhere. Before St. Andreas cross, okay, it's a 5 meter. Before zebra crossing or in front of zebra crossing, 5 meter. St. Andreas cross, inside build-up area 5, outside build 50. So you can just note down these important points. Let's go to the next question. You want to park in front of St. Andreas cross in a build-up area. So if you are inside build-up areas, the minimum distance before St. Andreas cross, if you want to park your car, it is 5 meter. Inside build-up areas it is 5 meter. Outside build-up areas San Andreas Cross, if you want to park 50 meter. Before zebra crossing 5 meter. Like we are revising it together. If you want, you can note it down somewhere so that you can remember it. Okay. Up to what distance is it prohibited to park before or after a bus or tram stop sign? Like if there is a traffic sign that this is a tram stop, this is a bus stop, so up to what distance actually it is not allowed to park, before or after? Again again you have to remember it. Unfortunately there is no logic, but you have to remember it. I will but try to show it to you. Like let's say we will take an example over here. If it is possible, if we can see a bus stop, okay, let's say where is the, if it's an official bus stop, so that I can show it to you. Otherwise we have to imagine a bus stop. Let's say I think here, here it's a bus stop. So if there is a halt stele sign, like it's a bus halt stele, if you want to park, you need to keep, like this black car, let's say you need to keep at 15-meter distance free, then only you can park in front. Like if there is a tram stop or bus stop, you are not allowed to park your car within a distance of 15-meter. At least 15-meter you have to keep. With what distance is prohibited? Up to 15-meter is not allowed or prohibited before or after bus stop, before or even after a bus or tram stop sign. Like 16-meter you can remember this, before and after as well. So up till now we how many distances we have covered? San Andreas Cross inside build up area 5 meter, outside build up area 50 meter, zebra crossing before zebra crossing 5 meter. Similarly bus or tram stop sign, you cannot park, it's 15 meter. Anyhow you have to just like note it down somewhere. What is the maximum length of time you are allowed to stop at a bus stop, provided you do not present an obstruction to the buses? This we know. Standard time 3 minutes. Like if you remember, if you haven't seen our video of, I think you are watching our videos in a sequence. If you have seen our videos of traffic signs, I think you remember over there this kind of sign we have told you that like if there is a single line that you can stop for 3 minutes like this. So standard time, either if you want to stop at a bus stop, no bus is there, you do not present an obstruction to buses, you can stop there, maybe loading or unloading or letting some passenger in, it's 3 minutes standard time. I think this we already know. So let's go to the next question. Who has stopped wrongly? So as I told you, outside build up areas you are not allowed to park your car, or even you are not allowed to stop on the roadway. If you see this blue car, this blue car or is stopped wrongly. This yellow car is on the hard shoulder. That's fine. As I told you, if you want to stop outside build-up areas, you can stop on hard shoulder. You are not allowed to park outside build-up areas for sure on priority roads. Inside build-up area, you can park on priority road, but outside build-up area, no. And what about stopping? Outside build-up area, if you want to stop your car, you can stop on hard shoulder, not on the roadway. So who is wrongly stopped here? The light colored vehicle? No, the light colored vehicle is yellow, let's say. That's perfectly fine. Actually the blue vehicle, you see, this blue vehicle is wrongly stopped on the roadway. If you want to stop because of any reason, you can stop on the hard shoulder. So only this option is correct. Let's go to the next question. Next question, who is wrongly parked? So yeah, one important point, this zigzags like this sign, that means you cannot park your car in this area. I think there will be a very good answer and very good logic for you as well. As I told you, before bus stop sign or before tram stop sign or after bus or tram stop sign, you cannot park your car until 15 meter. So if you see from this bus stop, maybe this meter is 15, this distance is 15 meter. That's why this bus stop sign, they have written it here. It's a bus, and then from here till here it's 15 meter. That's why they have made the zigzag sign. But I am also telling you in journal, whenever you see the zigzag sign, that means you are not allowed to park here. So who is wrongly parked? Clearly yellow car. If there was even no zigzag line, this kind of line, you are still not allowed to park. Why? Because you are within the 15-meter distance of bus stop sign, this bus stop. So this yellow car is anyhow wrongly parked. The yellow car is wrongly parked. Neither of two cars, no, white car is properly parked just after this sign. Only the yellow car is wrongly parked in this particular situation. So when are you not allowed to park on the right hand lane? So when are you not? Normally you are allowed to park on the right hand lane in every case. So even in case of Einbahnstraße or a one-way street, you can park on the left hand, but normally you are allowed to park on the right hand lane because of we know this right hand driving concept in Europe, in Germany. So why, when are you not allowed to park on right hand lane? If there is a suitable parking lane to the right of the road lane, like for example, you see there is a parking lane already on the right of the road lane, then why are you parking on the road? Also you are allowed to park on the road, but if there is a parking lane, you should park in the park lane, you should not park on the main roadway. So if there are rails integrated into the road lane, so for example on the right hand side of the road, if the rail line is there, you should not park over there, otherwise you can create a problem, you can block the way of the train as well, or the rail. In that case you can park your car, as we have seen few questions back, on the left hand of the roadway, but be very sure about a traffic sign that they are not stopping you from parking over there. Or you are not allowed to park on the right hand lane if there is an adequately paved hard shoulder to the right of the road. Like if you have a dedicated hard shoulder, definitely, or you have a dedicated road parking lane on the right hand side, that why are you parking on the right hand side on the roadway, then simply park on the hard shoulder or park on the designated parking lane. So in that cases you are not allowed to park right hand lane. If there is no designated area, no paved hard shoulder, then you can park on the right hand lane normally on the roadway, and this answer is correct. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is, what must you be aware of here? So if you see what must you be aware of here, there is like I think Bundesstraße or whatsoever it is, speed limit like should be 80 km per hour, that's why we are traveling on 80. If you see this hard solid line, as you know that we cannot cross this line. Whenever we have dotted line like broken line, there we can cross this central line to overtake, but normally when solid line we cannot cross. This is our general observation. Let's see what they are asking. What must you be aware of here? Slow moving vehicles must use the hard shoulder if possible. Yeah, that is the basic rule. Slow moving vehicles which will create like obstacle or some blockage for the flow of traffic, like mopeds or cycles, if that they are allowed on that roadway, or scooties let's say, or slow form tractors, they should use this hard shoulder. So it is very clear. Driving across the boundary line of the carriageway is prohibited at all times. This option is not correct. It is not prohibited at all times. This we see sometime when the road situation is like very dangerous, that's why they make the solid line, but maybe few meters ahead you have dotted line. So it's not possible that I think we have seen it many times. Sometime we see the solid line and then broken line appears, you can cross that line. It is not the case that you cannot drive across the boundary line of the carriageway is prohibited at all times. Not all times. Currently it is, but at all time this answer is anyhow not correct, because we know after maybe few hundred meters ahead there will be a broken line. I think you already know this broken line. I will try to show it to you here, like this broken line. Like it's like now you can overtake, you can actually drive across the boundary line when the line is dotted, but only in case of solid line you are not allowed. So like is prohibited at all times is not a correct option. It is prohibited only few times when you see the solid line only. It is not permitted to stop to the left of the boundary line of the carriageway. For sure you cannot stop, like if the car is this direction, for them the left side of the carriageway is this, and for us the left side of the carriageway is this. As we know this, that you are only allowed in the direction of traveling to stop on the right hand side. This we already know, not on the left hand side of your traveling. Let's say you are traveling in this direction, and if you want to stop at hard shoulder, then what you do, you come to this way and then you stop here. No, the cars which are coming in like the direction of travel, they can only like stop for some time on the hard shoulder if they want, only and only in direction of travel. If we are traveling in this direction, we cannot move to the left hand hard shoulder to stop our car. Similarly these cars, for them they are traveling in this direction, the left side is this, they cannot stop here on the hard shoulder, only on the right hand side. Simple, like your side, this right hand side, for them this side to stop if they want at the hard shoulder. It is not permitted to stop to the left of the boundary line of carriageway. So these two options are correct. Let's go to the next question. Where is it forbidden to stop? Like stop, as I told you, intentionally you stop. So where is it forbidden to stop? In front of entrances to and exits from property lots? No, actually parking over there is prohibited. is forbidden in front of entrances, exit or property lots, because if you park over there, like nobody will be able to enter into their private property or will be able to come out from their property. That's why you cannot park like in front of the door of some house or etc. But stopping is a different phenomena. If you want to stop for some time, maybe because of any reason, then you can stop actually. Stopping on the entrances and the exit of property lots is never forbidden. It's parking which is forbidden. You cannot park your car exactly in front of or entrance. Let's say this is an entrance of a house or some property lot. You cannot park here. Stop you can if for some minutes you want, 3 minutes let's say. So it is not forbidden to stop at the entrances or exit on lane marked with the direction arrows. As I told you, if you want to stop, you should not stop directly on the lane line markings like arrows right or left whatsoever. You are not allowed to do this. Like so, like otherwise the other road user will not be able to see the direction of the arrows, like where the road will take the turn. So you are not allowed to stop your car on the marked lanes. Similarly, on merging and demerging lanes, that means some lanes are merging onto other lanes, some roads are merging, let's say, and if you stop directly your car on the merging lane, nobody will be able to merge onto the main road. Like if some car is like merging from one road to trying to merge to the main road, and you stop your car on that road, you will not be like driver will not be able to merge on the roadway. So merging or demerging lanes, you are not allowed to stop. You are forbidden actually. So has stopped wrong incorrectly? We know before zebra crossing or in front of zebra crossing until 5 meter you cannot stop or park. So the green car, but behind or after let's say zebra crossing, you can definitely stop and park. No 5 meter rule for you. So the green car, I think the green car definitely is stopped wrongly. Both cars no, because the blue car behind or after zebra crossing, there is no rule to no restriction of 5 meters. So blue car is stopped or parked correctly, but green car for sure is stopped incorrectly. Let's move to the next question. Where may you park here? If you can see this sign, it's an Einbahnstraße. Normally if two-way street, then you can only park on the right hand side. But whenever, as I told you a few questions back, it's a one-way street, Einbahnstraße, then you can also park on the right and you can park on the left for sure. So in my direction of travel, on the right hand hard shoulder only, no, on the left and right hard shoulders. Like here, you can, this is a hard shoulder, extra part of the road. You can park here as well, you can park here as well. If it's a one-way street, but if it is a two-way street, the oncoming cars can also pair. You can only park on the right hand side of your hard shoulder. On the left hard shoulder only, no, on the right, because it's a one-way street, you can park on the left. Similarly, you can park on the right side as well, your direction of travel. Let's move to the next question. What must you be aware of on this priority road? So this priority road, as you see, there is no hard shoulder. We know it's outside build-up areas. Outside build-up areas, we know you cannot park on the priority road. If you want to stop, you should stop on the hard shoulder. Inside build-up areas, you can park on priority road. These are the basic rules which we have already discussed. So what are they asking? What must you be aware of on this priority road? You may not cross the lane marking. Yes. Currently, if you see solid line, you should not cross this lane marking. A few questions back, they were asking you are not allowed at all the times throughout your journey. Over there, that answer was not correct. But if you see, they are asking, but as per currently this lane only, the solid line, you may not cross the lane marking. Only for time being, this option is correct. They are not asking at all time. They are only asking related to this particular scenario. So, and parking is permitted if there is a clear space of at least 3 meters between a parked car and the lane marking. As we know, you are never allowed to park outside build-up areas on priority road, although it's a hard shoulder or not. Only and only what you can do, you can stop. You can never ever actually park your car outside build-up areas. Stop, clear, but it's fine. But parking your car outside build-up area, even on hard shoulder, is not allowed. So what must you be aware of? Parking is permitted if there is a clear space of at least 3 meters between a parked car and the lane marking. Actually, it is only for the stopping purpose. Like if there is a clear distance of, let's say, 3 meters between the parked car and the lane stop car and the lane marking. I will again show you that picture which we have seen multiple times. Have I crossed it? I think so. I have passed that picture. I have closed it. just wait a moment. Here, if there is a 3 meter, then you can stop, but it's not for parking that if the space is 3 meter you can park. Parking is never allowed outside build up area. As you can see clearly, it's outside build up area, not inside. Parking is prohibited for sure. Parking is not allowed on this priority road because it is outside build up area. So only first and third options are correct. Where is stopping prohibited? Where you cannot stop? Outside parking areas, on autobahns and clearways for motor vehicles only. This we know. You cannot stop uh, outside parking areas on autobahn and clear, like motorways or clear, like Kraftstraße or autobahns. Let's say motorways. There you cannot stop. There we have designated dedicated parking areas. There we should on the motorways, on the clearways, we should only and only stop on the designated parking area. Or otherwise, God forbid, if your car is broken, some other problem, that's not a big deal. But if you want to stop, then you should go to the designated or dedicated parking areas on the motorways and clearways. So there you cannot stop actually outside parking areas on the motorway and clearways. Never. You should never stop on the autobahns or clearways if you already have parking areas near or on sharp bends. This you have already seen. You should not stop near or on sharp bend. Why? Because the oncoming traffic or the merging traffic can hit you. They will not be able to see the flow of traffic as well. Very dangerous. At bus stop you can, if you are not creating an obstacle or some hindrance, let's say, or some problem for the bus, for the movement of the bus, that's fine. You can stop up to 3 minutes. Like if there is no bus, that's pretty fine. But not on taxi stands, taxi ranks. At bus stop you can stop, but only for 3 minutes. That's not a problem. But on motorways you should not stop, and near or sharp bends, this we have already seen. So next question, where is parking prohibited? So on narrow roadway, opposite driveway, and yeah, this I told you, like if the road is narrow and you like park opposite driveway entrances and exit, this is not allowed. Like on the entrances and exits of any driveway or entrances and exit of any home or any house, you should not park. So this option, you cannot park there. Immediately behind pedestrian crossing, I think this we have seen. By behind they mean after. I will again show you so that you can remember it by repeating the thing sometime, like it's very useful for you. So I will again repeat it here if you don't mind. So behind mean after. Here you can park, it's not a problem. So their parking is not prohibited immediately after or behind pedestrian crossing. At taxi ranks for sure, you can neither stop, you cannot park. So these two options are correct. Both cars want to park. Which car takes precedence? So if you see, you are coming right now, like say it's you, white car, and the red car has already indicated to right. The red car has already seen this empty area, and the red the driver is willing to park. That's why already indicated to right. That I like whenever you are going to park, you need to indicate right on the right hand side. So this red car has precedence. Like the driver came first, found the area, indicated, so he or she has the precedence. The red car. White car no, because it's late. Now white car is coming, but red car has already like reversed the car somehow, indicated as well. So red car has clear precedence here. Let's go to the next question. They are asking, up to which permissible total mass may motor vehicle be parked on specially designated footpaths? I think this we have already seen. If you remember, if you have a this traffic sign of parking and till 2.8 ton, you were allowed to park like this. For example, normally this kind of thing, like you can, there is a designated footpath where you can park your car in this condition, half up, half down. I think this we have already seen, if you remember, and it was 2.8 ton, if you remember it. I hope you have seen our previous videos. Over there we have discussed it in much more detail. So it's 2.80 ton, or 2.8 will also work for sure. Let's move to the next question. What is the minimum distance a vehicle must leave clear in front of traffic lights if the traffic lights would be concealed by the vehicle? So this distance, like again a new distance for you, like in front of traffic lights, what is the minimum distance a vehicle must leave clear? Like the vehicle should not stop or park in front of traffic lights, otherwise the traffic behind that car cannot see the signal, either it is right or green. So this distance is 10 meter. Again, really sorry, you have to remember it by heart anyhow. But I will recommend you to like make a diary and note down these distances which you need to maintain. Anyhow the trick. I have also done the same. And even like I have also uploaded a video series in my like the mother language, which is Urdu or Hindi, you can say. Over there I made a separate bonus video. So for sure for English as well, I will make a separate bonus video for these distances. But anyhow, I think by now you have remembered many distances like San Andreas Cross inside build up area 5 meter, outside build up area 15 meter, bus stop or tram stop before and after 15 meter, zebra crossing before or in front 5 meter, then here traffic light 10 meter distance. So like, yeah, you have to remember, unfortunately. Sorry. What must you remember when parking a trailer without a truck? So if you are parking a trailer, I think this term trailer you already know, na? I will explain it here. This is a trailer, let's say, without a truck. Like this part is trailer, you can say. So what must you remember when parking a trailer without a truck? The trailer may be parked for an unlimited period of time on adequate hard shoulder. No, hard shoulder is a part of the road sometime. You cannot park over there for unlimited times. This option is not correct. May be parked for more than 2 weeks on specially designated parking spaces. This option is correct. If you have designated parking spaces, you have paid for it, then you can park your trailer without a truck. May not be parked for more than 2 weeks on public road. Standard. If you want to park your trailer without a truck on the public road, then you can only do it for maximum 2 weeks, not more than that. If more than that, do it on the designated area or paid areas. And unlimited time anyhow on the hard shoulder is never possible. It was a wrong answer. So let's move to the next question. Before which sign must you maintain a distance of at least 10 meter if it would otherwise be concealed by your vehicles? No stopping? No. If you remember that no stopping sign, we can stop before no stopping sign. After that we should not stop, but before this no stopping sign, I will try to show you here. If you remember, I think this kind of sign we have seen, double cross but no arrow was there. This was a no stopping sign. So with the no stopping sign you have no problem. You can even stop in front of the no stopping sign. There is no restriction of some distance. Diagonal cross, you remember this diagonal cross, it could be San Andreas cross, or like it could be I think if you remember from our previous questions, that was for the rule right before left. If you remember, like we have seen a traffic sign which was like this. I will change the color over here to black so that you can easily remember. There was a sign like this diagonal cross. What does it mean? That there is a narrow road coming from right or coming from left, and you have to be very careful about right before left rule over here. So it was an indication of a narrow road. So there you should also note a stop, you should leave a distance of minimum at least 10 meter, otherwise you will conceal that sign and traffic behind you will not be able to see that sign and response in proper time or stop before that. Even stop and give way, very important sign. If you stop your car, let's say in the distance of 5 meter before the stop and give way, this red inverted triangle, maybe the traffic behind you cannot see this sign and directly enter on the roadway. So this situation could be really tricky. So you could conceal actually two signs, diagonal cross and stop give way 10 meter. No stopping sign is of no importance as such. After no stopping sign, you should not stop for sure. But before or at the no stopping sign, you can. It's not a big deal. Let's move to the next question. I want to rejoin the road. What is the correct assessment of this situation? If you see, maybe you have parked here, you have stopped here for some time. Now you want to enter on the main road again as you have indicated to left. But what is the problem? The yellow track behind you actually is stopping you to see the traffic behind you clearly in the rear view mirror. You cannot see. Even the drivers which are coming from behind this yellow track, they cannot see you. So this situation is really tricky. So I want to rejoin the road. What is the correct assessment of the situation? When they approach me from the rear, drivers only see me late. I only see vehicles late. Driver give me my priority in rejoining the road. No, you have no priority on this road. You were stopped here, you have stopped there, you have parked here, and now you want to rejoin. You have no priority at all. So this option is not correct, but drivers could see you late. and you will see the vehicles late because of this yellow truck. This situation is really tricky for you right now. Let's go to the next question. So they are asking, what must you watch out for when you drive into an underground car park? So whenever you are driving into underground car park, what are the main things you need to like remember or focus? My tires could get damaged by narrow entrances and exits. This we know. In underground parking areas, we have no that like well or wide areas of entrance and exit. We only have like the narrow entrance and exits. So your tire could be damaged. So you should drive with very low speed and be very careful. Even in underground parking areas or parking areas, pedestrians frequently walk on the vehicle lanes. They are searching for their vehicles, they are going to their vehicles, and maybe they have parked their vehicles and coming out. That is also very important. Pedestrians frequently walk on the vehicle lanes. This you need to remember. My eyes need to adjust to the change in lighting condition. Definitely you are going into underground park. Previously you were on the roadway or somewhere else, there was a heavy lighting, and now you are entering underground park. Maybe lighting is low, some light issues, so your eyes need to adjust. So that's why you should drive very slowly in that particular situation. So question number 30, which is the last question for this particular video, and like our 30 questions will be completed, and then I think in the next video we will upload more 28 questions, and then we are done with this topic number 10. So where must you use our parking disk for parking? So what is parking disk actually? I will tell you. This is the parking disk. Sometime like normally you pay your amount, and then you take the ticket simply out from here. Like if for example you have parked at 12, and then this parking ticket is of 2 hours, then you put this ticket on front of your car window screen somewhere here, so that if there is somebody to control to check if your car is parked outside your hours paid money, so that they can check. So you have to put normally this ticket, but sometime it is additionally mentioned with the ticket as well. Like I will show you here, you can park here for like 2 hours with this parking disk. Like you put, for example, you turn this parking disk, and let's say you park at 6 p.m. So you will point this arrow at 6, and you will put along with your ticket, let's say if it is indicated along with your ticket, you will put this disk in here on your window screen, for sure inside. So it is called parking disk. So they are asking, where must you use a parking disk? In a no waiting area? No waiting area has nothing to take with parking disk. It's about the parking. At a defective parking meter. Yeah, if the parking meter is not working for you, like let's say this parking meter is not working, then how they will come to know that when you park your car? And in this condition, you definitely have to use your parking disk, set the time at which you have parked your car, so that they can know it. Similarly, where stipulated by the traffic signs, if it is written that you must put your parking disk as well, like here you can park from Monday to Friday, let's say from 8 to 6 p.m. no problem, parking area is there, and you for maximum 2 hours car, and then parking disk sign is also there. So when it is like mentioned by the traffic signs, you should use the parking disk. And if the parking meter is not working fine, then you also need to otherwise this parking meter will take care of your hours when you have parked, when you have taken it out. But in this condition, when a defective meter is defective parking meter, then you should use this parking disk. So friend, this answer is correct. This was everything for this video. If you have any question, any query, any doubt about this video, previous videos, feel free to comment. You can also give us your feedback. Until the next video, we wish you very happy learning. Take care and bye.